Throughout our talks here, you've seen the crop insurance cycle, the 5 main types of crop insurance, and the complexities, special rules, and many deadlines associated with crop insurance. I've discussed with you the most crucial rules so that you can be ready to more effectively understand and assist organic farmers. But these rules are often being changed to keep up with farming practices and improvements. Don't you think you'll want to keep up with these changes into the future so that your knowledge of the program stays current? While farmers are extremely capable folks, I mean some of the most capable people I've ever met, you can imagine that working with a knowledgeable and responsible crop insurance agent makes a big difference in helping them navigate the process and helping them choose the right kind of coverage. What are good ways to identify and connect farmers with capable crop insurance agents, you ask? These questions are the subject of this, our final lesson. Now, let's get out of here, but I'm going to show you a little trick for how we can do things a little different. Well, I thought Johnson might be back by now, but he ain't the only one with a special new gadget. Look at my time machine. Now let's give this thing a little whirl.
Oh, hello, ma'am. Don't mind if I do. Oh, you got some good moves yourself. Nope, don't mind me. I love it. Oh, well, I gotta go. Oh, this ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right. I need to get out of here. Oh, last chance.
All right. Finding a crop insurance agent to refer your clients to can be a daunting task. There are so many, and they're all selling the exact same product. Remember, all federally subsidized crop insurance is regulated and set by the USDA's RMA. So what sets one agent apart from the rest? First thing to know is that all listed crop insurance agents are on a database on the RMA website, right there. You can search the agents by their location, by the crops that they specialize in, by the languages that they speak, and by the states and counties that they're licensed in. And now while Google and even the RMA website are fine, you can do better. All right, so here's what I would suggest finding out about an insurance agent if you plan to refer your customers to them. Have they ever worked with an organic farmer before? Are they aware of contract pricing, which I love, as well as some of the other advantages and disadvantages organic farmers have? After this course, you will have a working knowledge of organic crop insurance. Get out there and chat with some prospective agents and gauge their knowledge and experience with organic crop insurance. Will they be responsive to farmers and willing to put in the extra time and effort? Organic farmers typically have more complicated cropping systems, which is the great thing about organic farming. But that also means that they're going to have more questions arise as they introduce more complicated practices into their operation. Those questions, along with the extra paperwork needed for organic insurance, equates to more time spent for an agent to insure an organic farmer. Are they ready for that? It is helpful for an advisor and a farmer to have a relationship with the insurance agent. This is because organic farmers are innovative, often trying new and novel cropping techniques. It is so helpful for a farmer contemplating a new practice to be able to run it by their insurance agent and receive timely and accurate information on how that new crop or practice will influence their coverage. All right, so we know that we want this ideal insurance agent. What are they like? But how do we find them? Now, you can always use the search function on the RMA website to cold call agents in your area who might look promising and talk with them and learn about their experience. But more than that, be aware of which agents are actually showing up at organic conferences. Chat with those agents at the conference and learn about their experience. Also, ask around your region to area farmers and other ag professionals about who they're happy with. That's how I found my organic crop insurance agent. Read and post on listservs and newsletters that serve organic farmers. And contact related farmer-serving organizations for agents that they or their farmer members might recommend. In these ways, you can develop relationships with capable agents experienced and interested in organic crop insurance. Whew. Whew. Yikes! There are changes to crop insurance rules all the time, which I will say is a good thing. But how do ag advisors and the farmers they work with stay on top and up to date of those constantly changing rules? First thing, back to our point above. Make sure you have a good relationship with an agent who is on the ball, one that's really ready to notify farmers of any changes that will affect them. Also, be reading organic listserv letters from organizations that serve organic farmers. Read update emails from the Farm Service Agency because they will tell you things like new cover crop discounts or cost shares, and this will impact all sorts of people from farmers to seed sellers. The FSA updates are a good resource to keep on top of in general because they also share many non-insurance related updates and new programs that can really help your farmers. Periodically, check that RMA website for any new announcements. Now, I've mentioned the many ways you can keep current on changes to crop insurance, but let me share with you the 3 practices most popular with organic farmers, for which the rules are just constantly changing. Are you familiar with relay cropping? This is when farmers plant a second crop into a previously planted and established crop. A common example is planting soybeans into rye. The RMA released a bulletin with updates about the changes they made to cover relay cropping. These changes allow relay cropping to be covered with important details. Farmers must have a separate written agreement with the RMA for relay cropping. These new written agreements must be submitted by the acreage reporting deadline, which is most often July 15th. Farmers also need to submit a letter of adaptability for the practice by an agricultural expert. Typically, the NRCS can provide this. The RMA provides this zone map. You can see that farmers relay cropping in Zone 1 do not need prior relay cropping actual production history. Farmers in Zone 2 must submit at least the most recent 2 years of their relay cropping actual production history. And farmers in Zone 3 must submit at least the most recent 3 years of their relay cropping actual production history. You see what I did there? You can see that the zone map only applies to non-irrigated land, and that producers who are irrigated do not need to submit prior relay cropping history. These are the kinds of changes that continue to happen in organic crop insurance as the RMA learns more about the actual practices of organic farmers and tries to make crop insurance more suitable to organics. Another practice that the RMA continues to make changes for is double cropping. Double cropping is harvesting 2 crops from the same piece of land in the same growing season. Recent changes allow insurance on soybeans or grain sorghum when they're planted following another crop in the same season. To obtain coverage for double cropping, a prior history may be required, depending on the farm's location. I learned about this new insurance option from an RMA update, and you can too. Cover cropping is another practice very common with organic farmers, at least it should be, for which there is often insurance updates. The NRCS has a cover crop termination guide that shows when cover crops can be terminated in order to maintain crop insurance coverage for the cash crop. Generally, if the zone chart isn't followed, the farmer may not be able to insure the crops planted after the cover crop. Yikes! Now, recent changes have been made and will continue to be made, and farmers need to stay informed. If they terminate a cover crop after the NRCS termination date due to weather issues, their AIP can decide to cover their claim, or not. Over the past few years, farmers who plant cover crops have been eligible to receive a $5 per acre discount on their crop insurance premium. This program is announced on a year-by-year basis. Be sure to stay in the know and meet the reporting requirements so your farmers can receive their discounts if they're available. Good thing I was in the know. There's even a new program called the Transitional and Organic Grower Assistance Program, or TOGA. It allows organic and transitioning farmers to receive extra premium discounts, but it is so new, you have to look in the lesson notes for the most up-to-date information. All right, I gotta get back to reading my RMA updates. Toga!
All right, try this one on for size. We experienced some fun, we experienced some fear, but I sure was glad to have you here. All right, I know, natural talent and all. Let's get back to it. While it may not seem like the responsibility of the ag advisor to tell farmers about updates to crop insurance, sometimes farmers just don't know what they're missing out on. You can bring more value to your clients by knowing how crop insurance will affect them and their operations. And when you've connected your farmers with an informed and dedicated crop insurance agent, they will have a powerful support system to keep them profitable for generations to come. If you want to review your learnings, you can ask yourself, how can I find a crop insurance agent who does a good job with organic farmers? What are ways that I can stay informed of the ever-changing crop insurance rules? And what are common organic practices for which there continue to be crop insurance updates? You know, a gentleman never says goodbye sitting down. I must say, I was kind of skeptical of you way back in Lesson 1. To be honest, I wasn't sure if you'd make it here to the end of Lesson 5. But I sensed something in you, a kind of grit, some moxie, something that is just sorely lacking in most folks these days. And it has brought you this far. I can only hope that you take from this course some knowledge that will help you be more effective at giving farmers the tools that they need to be successful. And if so, then I will have done my small part. Thank you, and good night.